Are we witnessing the tragic death of Christopher Cubby Taylor's track and field career? Welcome back to the channel, people. Welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, thank you for making it Peter Lloyd World. Go ahead, please hit the subscribe button so we can continue to go. When you do that, hit the notification bell so you know when the next video drops. You drop a video at least once a day here on Peter Lloyd World. Also, if you enjoyed the content, please hit the like button and finally leave your thoughts. After this sports analysis where we take a look at and we break down the races. So, ready? Yep, good to go. Well, unless you've been living under a rock, you should know by now that recently Jamaica's Christopher Cubby Taylor was recently given a 30-month ban, which works out to about 2.5 years, because he was not available to be tested by the International Drug Testing Association. Of course, given the fact that, look, this could simply mean the end of Christopher Cubby Taylor's career as we know it. That's just a fact. This could just be it. And these are not our words, these are his words. In fact, in a recent interview, I believe it Nationwide, the young quarter miler, the Jamaican quarter miler, said he believes he no longer has a place in track and field. Taylor says he's not even sure if he'll return to the sport after the 30-month drug suspension ends in 2025, and that is truly tragic.
I haven't made a decision with my futures yet, but deep down, I don't think I belong in this sport anymore because of the whole experience I had. I don't think I have a place in this sport anymore.
Christopher Cubby Taylor also disputed the reports that he was not at home when the testers came looking for him. He said that they came at 5:50 that morning when he was about to leave for the airport to catch an 8 o'clock flight. According to Taylor, he was in the process of filing a new whereabouts since he was leaving the location he'd given them. However, Taylor continued, one of the testers told him that since he did not file it overnight, they'll have to go through with the test. Taylor says he blames himself for believing that since he was not able to submit the test on the day, it would only count as one missed test and there would be no penalties. Wow.
I'm an athlete that got tested a lot. If I'm at World Championship, I get tested before, after. I'm at the Olympic. What affected me in the Olympic final, I got tested the night before the finals, blood and urine, and I was just really weak. I'm an athlete that get tested a lot, so like me doing something like that would be nonsense, not to know my right from my wrong, and what I'm taking or not. So I've never avoided a drug test, never.
Wow. I mean, wow. This episode of Peter Lloyd World is sponsored by our soon to be released series, Peter Lloyd World of Wealth, where we discuss all things regarding wealth, all things that lead to a higher and better quality of life. A truly important thing, not just finance, but nutrition, exercise, health, and all things that will improve one's way of life. It's just our way of giving back to you. 37,000 of you are here with us at Peter Lloyd World, and you are track fans, enthusiasts, and myself and the team, we said we wanted to come up with a way to give back. So this is the best facts that we could come up with to improve your lives. These are things that most of us here at the team, we live by, and we just want to be able to give back to you. Thank you very much for the support, people. It means a lot. So look out for the soon to be released series, Peter Lloyd World of Wealth. So let's talk about track and field. Let's talk about the people. I'm just saying wow. Let me continue what the report says. It says Taylor says it was one of the doping control officers who traveled with him in his car to the airport who told him it would only count as a missed test. But he says the officer denied ever having that conversation with him when they were both interviewed by the AIU. Christopher Taylor says he has lost his Puma contract and has not trained since the incident. He said that before his world came crashing down, he was planning to concentrate on running just the 100 and 200 meters. Taylor says 2 weeks before the testers came to his house, he was subjected to a drug test, something he experienced since he was 15 years of age.
I think I've been through it all. There's nothing more that I can face throughout the situation.
Mhm.
I just leave the rest of it to God. I'm not too worried about nothing at the moment because things could have been worse. I didn't lie my way through nothing. I gave them everything that I had. So I will take responsibility for whatever happened to me, you know? And if I had maybe asked Martyr then updating my whereabouts a few hours earlier, or not taking the flight or whatever, and just not thinking to be a mistake, things would have been better on my side. But I'm okay mentally for sure though.
No, I avoided commenting about this purposefully when I mean, I was one of the first persons to break the news that it had occurred. In fact, I might have been the very first person. And I did not want to, I was not going to comment on the 30-month suspension because the truth is, fundamentally, given what could have been done by the AIU, he's kind of lucky. But here are the factors. Now, this, of course, is my 2 cents. Christopher Cubby Taylor, I believe, is 24 years of age. Now, for him to start running in mid 2025, to be ready and on the track, one of the things that you have to understand is when you're given these bans, you can't be coached by any official coach. No coach who is a member of the governing body can actually coach you. So he has no coach. So he's going to have to be coaching himself, and that's not as easy as it sounds. Okay, there's a reason why coaches exist. It's because primarily most athletes cannot coach themselves. It's almost impossible. It's not impossible, but it's pretty close. So he has no coaches, and he himself said in the interview that he has not trained since he was issued, since the whole incident happened. There's a myriad of talent though. I mean, there's the present world champion, who's of course Jamaican. There's all the other young men from Jamaica are all running sub 45 now like it's water and getting better. All of them, including Antonio Watson, who is the current world champion. And is he just going to turn up in 2025 after not training for all that year and be at the right level of fitness? And we also know that he has a history of injury. He has a history of injury, which means he needs a coach who can understand his body in ways that he can't understand. So the fact of the matter is, and I'm going to take this young man at his word. I hear people casting all kind of aspersions and innuendos. The fact of the matter is, what he may have done wrong here is that he should have known the rules in and out. I mean, you know, if you're a mechanic, people, you need to understand what an engine is. If you are a lawyer, you need to know what law speak. If you're in finance, you need to actually understand finance. You need to know the rules of whatever profession you are engaged in. I mean, like really the rules in and out. As a recording artist, I've told people for years, you have to understand publishing. You really have to understand how this game is played. It seems as if he put his faith in someone that he didn't know very well based on what he said, which is something that I do not suggest you do generally. And that could have just been the innocence of youth. And he should have known, or at least consulted someone who's senior to him, his coach or his management, before making the decisions he made. He should not have made the decisions on his own. But I started out rather dramatically stating that this could be the end of his career, and the truth is it actually could. And he himself is admitting that. With no coach for 2.5 years, how is he going to turn up to make the national team, or make any team, or be able to run in at that level? It's going to be nigh impossible. It's not impossible, but it's going to be very close. So we could be witnessing the end of this extremely talented young man, and that's sad. But this, of course, is my 2 cents. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Now, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, hit the like button. Remember your royals, kings and queens. Bless up!